गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in Amrutanubhava chapter 7, verse number 126. In the previous verse we saw the pure consciousness has become so presumptuous, intoxicated and arrogant that it revels on the plenitude of the seen and does not repeat seeing the same stale object again and again. And isn't that our truth? That subjectively, if you just become calm and you stand away from your mind, everything that is appearing in your mind is absolutely fresh. Every thought is a new one. And where is the thought coming from? Just like every wave on the ocean is a new one, it is never repeated again. Isn't it? Exactly the same. So, the ocean itself or the water itself is becoming the scene, is becoming the waves, and it's playing with itself. Exactly the same way, on the surface of the consciousness itself is taking up the form of thoughts and playing with itself. And no thought is ever again repeated in our life. Yesterday you saw me, today you are seeing me. Yesterday I saw the world, this house, today also I see. It seems it is the same, but actually it is not the same. And in this way, for the pure consciousness, because there is abundance, because the pure consciousness is infinite in nature, the possibilities of it expressing as the many seen is infinite. The number of ways the thoughts can appear, or the different varieties of thoughts can appear in your mind, is infinite. And why is that? Because the source of the thoughts or the source of the waves is the infinite waters, is the infinite pure consciousness. So when the source itself is infinite, what is produced? The possibilities are also infinite, and that game continues. The pure knowledge is the center of the circle with no circumference. Center always remains the same. The self always remains the same. The water always remains the same. But the possibilities of circumferences, the possibilities of the waves, the possibilities of expression are infinite in number, having the same center. As isn't it true? From childhood till today, we have had so many thoughts, but always the center has been the I. Exactly the same way. That great circle which has no circumference anywhere, but which has a center everywhere. Contemplation on this thought will lead one to that state where one is as where one is as extravagant as the Lord Himself, with love for everything and being, accepting every wave of experience as it comes. Then such a person accepts everything, rejects nothing, retains nothing. Why? Because whatever is coming or not coming is an expression of his own essential self. There is no attachment to anything. There is no desire for anything. There is no obsession with anything. Why? Because from wherever this everything is coming out, what is coming out is also me, is also the I, and from where it is coming out is also the I. And therefore, there is abundance, infinite abundance. Do you like to eat the same sandwich every day? Or you like the variety? Yeah? Even in one day, in one meal, we want different varieties, isn't it? Think about it. If you think of this thought and you take the first chapter, Shiva Shakti Samavesh, it's exactly the same. The potentiality, the Shakti manifests itself into multitude. Why does she do that? To wake up the Shiva. Isn't it? And who was Shakti? Not other than Shiva. But not other than Shiva. So she became many to get the Shiva out of his meditation. And what did Shiva do? He saw the beauty of the multiplicity and again went back into meditation. We use the word Shiva and Shakti, but from Shiva's point of view, Shiva is also him and Shakti is also him. Isn't it? See the beauty. From Shakti's point of view, because of her nature, Shakti cannot be Shakti without the Shiva. Isn't it? But Shiva, he knows the Shakti and he is yet independent of the Shakti. He sees the Shakti and her multitude as his own expression, his own expansion. Oh, when you combine the two, oh, beautiful. And therefore, when it comes to our daily living, it's not the topic, but when you live, do anything in your daily life, do it 100%. Don't come from a lack. Don't come from a lack that, I am exhausting myself, I think I should not get involved too much, or I should not do this too much. No, do it with full heart. Be totally involved in it. Having talked about the seer, the scene is discussed in the next OV. Kshana kshani neetsam navi drishyachi chokha madavi dithi karavi vedhavi udarazo. It says, this magnanimous consciousness, through it, seeingness covers the scene with fresh and new ornaments of the objective world. The display of pure consciousness is so great that it presents every moment a series of objective perceptions to the seer. Every moment it presents a new ornament or decoration of Drishya Padartha, that is objective world. So the seer never gets bored of seeing the same object twice. In this way, for the seer, beautiful garments and ornaments are made out of the same consciousness. Shuddha Chaitanya is in a most magnanimous way. Udara means of a big heart. Because it has a big heart, because it is magnanimous, because it has that potential, it allows itself to be manifested as the objective world. See, this, where is this standpoint from? Is not from individuality. It is from the pure consciousness, from the absolute standpoint this is being taken. So you have to put yourself in that position right now, not afterwards. That you are that pure consciousness, and out of you this mind has come out of the mind the gross world has come out of this mind the waking, dream and deep sleep has come out of the waking, dream and deep sleep their individual waker and waking world, dreamer and dream world, deep sleeper and deep sleep world, all these three are manifested. For whom can all these manifest by themselves? No, they are manifesting for the joy of the I, for the pure consciousness. Can they be other than the pure consciousness from absolute standpoint? No, they are the self only. The I itself is becoming everything. And wherever the object is, there alone the I is. It is not that we have at an objective level, we have an experience, or at this very moment, that I am sitting separate to you, you are seeing me and you are sitting there, isn't it? So you feel that I am sitting here and I am seeing the person sitting opposite to me so much distance apart. But really speaking, this I, which is sitting there, which is sitting here, which is sitting there, this I is everywhere. This I is everywhere. Just like water is everywhere, there is no place that the water is not. That same water is the wave, that same water is the waves. Same water is becoming the wave. So where is the place where there is no water? Can water see water? No, he is everything. So this standpoint is that you are, this pure consciousness that you are alone is the seer as well as the seen. So, but we talked about I thought and that thought and all, so on and so forth. Yes, that was for explanation's sake. But it is the same reality which has bifurcated into the I thought and the that thought. Because we are talking in the language of I and that does not mean there are two. It is still the one expressing as two. Just because you have an experience of waker, dreamer and deep sleeper does not mean that you have become three. You alone are the waker, you alone are the dreamer, you alone are the deep sleeper. See? Recognize or take this position. Udara is the quality of mind which accepts every experience and every individual as they are, as a mirror accepts every object that comes in front of it without retaining anything. See, the same thing, it comes again. Accept everything, reject nothing, retain nothing. This is not the quality of the self. This is the quality of the mind, because mind is the mirror. Just like the mirror accepts everything, rejects nothing, retains nothing. If you want to recognize yourself, if you want to be yourself, then this faculty of yours which is there, right now, you see it as a problem. Mind is, oh my God, I don't know if I can become, this is too deep a thought, I don't think I can understand. Gone. You have already sabotaged your journey to yourself. So let this mirror of mind accept all new ideas which are being presented, because truly this mind alone has created this situation to teach itself this knowledge. It's not that I am teaching you. The mind has created this present reality in order to educate itself. Now that opportunity is there. Now how do you interact with that opportunity? Do you interact with that opportunity? Yeah, that I have understood. I know that from before. Or oh, it is so difficult. I can't understand. I don't know how much time it will take me to understand. But instead, here it is told, let your mind accept everything without any preconceived notion, idea, judgment. Let it not reject anything and let it not retain anything. Let this information, let this knowledge in a in a in an attitude in this attitude of accepting everything, rejecting nothing and retaining nothing, let this knowledge wash your mind. Let this knowledge wash your mind. When it washes your mind, you will be where you are. Because there is nothing to achieve. And there is nothing to discard. The water is not expressing as wave to discard anything or to achieve anything. It is out of its own essential bliss that the waves are appearing. In the 127th OV, the relationship between the drashta and the drishya is taken up. Magiliye kshanichi age parusi manoni vege sanduni drushti rige naviya rupa. The seer jumps to a new scene, discarding the earlier seen object. The drashta, the experiencer, takes a certain position with reference to a certain object of experience. Then he gets bored of being the drashta with reference to that object. It becomes stale, impure. Then both the drashta bhav and the drishya bhava are rejected and a new trio of seer seen seeing is created. In this way, the eternal game of seer seen seeing, experiencer experienced and experiencing, waker waking world, waking experience, dreamer dream world and dream experience is going on. This is the truth. So what is the truth? This phenomena will continue. And what Jnaneshwar Maharaj has told here is, observe this phenomena, whether you like it or not. This continuous appearance of thoughts is going on. And what is this thought? Sometimes the thought is about the seen, sometimes it is about the heard, sometimes it is about the smelled, sometimes it is about some memory. But just taking it as, so whenever a thought appears only because of the three components. The three are the seer, seen and the seeing. Experiencer, experienced and the experiencing. Dreamer, dream world and the dreaming. Waker, waking world and the waking experience or the waking. So in this way, without these three, a thought cannot appear about anything. Isn't it? So that I himself has become the seer, that I himself has become the seen and the I himself has become the seeing. The I himself has become the experiencer. The I himself has become the experienced and the I himself has become the experience. See? So in this way, this pure consciousness alone has become the three, and having become the three, at any given moment, when it becomes the I and the that and the instrument of experience, only one thought can appear. And when that is over, how long will it last? How long does a wave last on the ocean? Not very long. Similarly, how long does a thought last in your mind? Watch right now. How long does it last? When you slow down and you are on the seat of meditation, how long? Oh, you can stretch it for some time. But it will end eventually, isn't it? And then a new set of three come about, again a new set of three, and this phenomena is continuously going on. And there's no end to it. Till this body can support this phenomena, it will go on. Or till the mind can support this phenomena, it will go on. Because body is also a thought in the mind, isn't it? Even at that level, consciousness plus matter plus the mind, isn't it? So when we say I, that, and the instrument of experience, similarly the I is the consciousness, that is the body, and the mind is the experiencing that is taking place, which holds the thing together. So again these three, it seems consciousness is separate, body, the matter is separate, and the mind is separate. Somewhere within the mind. Nothing like that. It is the same pure consciousness which is appearing as the consciousness, which is appearing as the matter, the body, which is appearing as the mind also. Think about it. Because is the mind outside of you? No. Is the consciousness outside of you? No. Do you feel that the body is outside of you? No. And in this way, reform your mind. Reform your mind. And this cannot be, yes, we are listening to all this, but for this to click, you have to take a position separate from the mind. You have to see this game of I, that, and the experiencer, experienced and experiencing going on one after the other, one thought after the other thought, one thought after the other. When was there a time, O Arjuna, when these men whom you are reluctant to fight against, or you or I, did not exist, nor will there be any time when they cease to exist? This pure consciousness that I is, where is the question of the fear of losing anything? Where is the question of losing anything? Because Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. The pure consciousness is full. Out of that full homogeneous mass of pure blissful consciousness, the world was created. That which was created out of that pure consciousness, that was also full. And what remained behind was also complete. So that which was created was also full, and that which was left behind is also full. So can there be two fulls? Not fools, fulls. Can there be two completes? No. So it is the one and the same. Think in this manner. The ocean does not gain by the birth of a new wave, nor does it lose anything when the wave dies. I just mentioned this thought before. The truth is Purnam. From the whole becomes manifest, and when the whole is negated, what remains is again the whole. Purnamada Purnamidam, that's exactly the thought. That is why material knowledge can never satisfy, and therefore one goes on changing one's position regarding knowership of experiences, discarding one and going after another. No knowledge gained in the material world can give krutakritya or fulfillment. Only that knowledge is worth seeking and gaining, having gained which there remains nothing more to be gained in this life. That knowledge of our essential being leads to effortless existence, not the objective perception of seer seen seeing, which keeps changing every moment in an endless parade on the substratum of pure consciousness. So where is the fulfillment? Is the fulfillment in the wave, or is the fulfillment in the waters? The Because if you get attached to one wave, that wave is for sure it is going to become unmanifest, it is going to die. And then you will go through the pains, you will go through the misery, you will go through the, you know, that why has it gone away, I loved it so much, blah, 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 blah. Huh? But when our attention is on the substratum, when our attention is on the water, then wave was also water. But where was your attention? There, on the Triputi, on the triad. But when your attention is on the water, is your attention on the triad or on the substratum? Substratum. And when your attention is on the substratum, automatically all the qualities of the substratum will become yours. Because you are that substratum. Can anything in your mind express without you? Can anything in you express without you and separate to you? We say the thoughts are a problem. But are those thoughts separate to you? They are in you only. Disease is in you. Thoughts are in you. Emotions are in you. The breath is in you. They are not separate to you. Can the phenomena be existing of its own accord without the substratum? Cannot. So this phenomena called the mind, this phenomena called the triad, this phenomena called the body, this phenomena called the world, can this phenomena express without the substratum? No. You are the substratum. Own it. Be it. Be it. See, yesterday we were doing the Krishna story. The gopis did not worry about what work they were doing, whatever they were doing, or they found themselves in life situation in. Their attention was always on Krishna, and as a result, the entire knowledge became theirs. Yesterday, one person by the name of Akrura. Akrur is a person. Krur means cruelty. Akrur means the one who is not cruel. He is sent by the evil king, who is representative of the ego, Kamsa, to go and fetch Krishna and Balrama so that he can kill them. And now he has started on his journey. Akrur is the mind, a non-cruel mind, a loving mind, a surrendering mind, a positive mind. The ego is told, go and search, I want to finish, I don't think this Krishna has come. They say that he is going to kill me, let me kill him before he comes, but you go and bring him, I am not afraid of him. Ego is like that, pompous. So the Akrur is going now. On his journey to Vrindavan, Gokul, what is he thinking? He is a king, he is a chieftain, he has to listen to the king. The mind is a chieftain, he is sometimes the waker, sometimes the dreamer, sometimes he has to listen to the ego. And as he is going, he is thinking, oh, when I go there, what have I done in my life? I have not done any charity, I have not done any austerity, I have not done any good deeds, yet I am being bestowed with this wonderful chance of being in front of the Lord Himself. First, he thanks his stars, his destiny, his deeds. Then he shifts from that. Then he says, oh, but so many yogis are meditating on this Lord and he has not given them darshan. They are still waiting in the caves meditating on him for such a long time, and here I am, not done anything, and he is giving me darshan, and I have got this opportunity. Wow, what a grace. Then he moves again to another thought. He says, oh, when I go there, how does Krishna look? How are his looks? How are his eyes? How are his lips? How are his curly hair? What clothes will be he will be wearing? They say he wears yellow, pitambar, and he has a garland around his neck. He holds a flute, and he has a peacock feather on his crown. Oh, he starts imagining all this. Then again, fourth emotion. When I go there, when I fall at his feet, I'm sure Krishna is going to say, "Oh, Uncle Akrur, you have come, and I was waiting for you to come," and he will hug me. In these thoughts, 3, 4, 5 thoughts, the individuality of Akrur melts away. And while he is thinking like this, suddenly he realizes, yes, I will fall at the feet. When I go there, I'll fall at the feet of the Lord, and I would like to say something to him that I am his uncle and this and that, but nothing will come in my mind to speak, or I won't be able to speak because I will be stunned with wonderment. But Lord knows everything, because this Lord, by using his own Maya, has appeared as the whole world, and in that world he has taken a specific form for the purpose of his Leela, for playing this game as Krishna. Exactly the same thought is coming there. So where has this knowledge come to Akrur that the Lord has used his own Maya to manifest as the whole creation, to manifest as space, air, fire, water, earth, and in that creation he has himself again come and taken the form to play the game. So this knowledge, did it come from the books to him? No. It came because his mind was with love, contemplating on the divine theme, the Krishna. When we contemplate on this pure consciousness within us, automatically the knowledge, whatever is there to be known in this world, will become known to you. And once you know that, there is nothing else that remains to be known. And this knowledge is, what type of knowledge is this? This knowledge is independent of the thoughts. It is the wisdom. See? So yesterday's thought and today's thought are exactly the same. That was in the devotion, Bhagavatam, and this is in Amrutanubhava. Reflecting the same idea, the same. That knowledge of our essential being leads to effortless existence. So the more we abide in ourselves as ourselves and don't get lost in the thoughts that are appearing, in the experiences that are taking place, in the knower, known, seen, etc., etc., etc. That is what the thoughts are. But remain aware, remain aware. Slowly, 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 this, the effortless how should I say? You'll go through every experience effortlessly. Because now you are the substratum. You are not the one which is coming and going. Thoughts are coming and going. Breath is coming and going. Emotions are coming and going. Body is changing every time. But you have taken the position of the substratum. To think, that's what the meditation was. As an individual, we can never come to understand this. How the body is nothing but the pure consciousness, we cannot work it out. How the mind is pure consciousness, we cannot work it out. How the I, the that, and how the seer, seen, and seeing are one and the same material, we cannot work it out. But using those thoughts, using those faculties, we focus on ourselves. Actually speaking, we don't even have to focus. We are that. You take that position of the substratum of the one, being the one without a second, and see it as your own expansion and expression. But if I say this statement that see it as your own expansion and expression, then again your attention is going on the thoughts. Just be. The more your attention is on yourself or you are aware, to that extent the knowledge will unfold from within. The vision will change from within. The vision doesn't change from outside to inside. No, it is from inside to outside. And what is that change in the vision? When the shift, the transformation takes place within, that you abide as the substratum, and from that standpoint, when you open your eyes, you see the substratum everywhere. you see the substratum everywhere. Your eyes may see the forms, your ears may hear the words, your tongue may taste the taste, but you see all that as an expression of the substratum. Your attention is on the substratum. Your attention is not on the taste which will come and go, the form which will come and go, the sound which will come and go. Your attention is always on the substratum. Just like a very pertinent example, at this moment, whatever comes and goes, your attention is on yourself. I like this, I don't like this, now I'm in satsang, now I'll drive, now I'll go back home, now I'll have coffee. Everything is I, isn't it? Everything that is happening around or not happening around, good or bad experience, is all for the I only, isn't it? Exactly the same way, but this I has to become the substratum. Right now this I is attached to all that is coming and going. The thought begun in verse OV 123 is concluded. Taisit pratikshani zani veci leni levauni ani zanate pana. In this manner, from moment to moment, the Atman becomes the knower by wearing the ornaments of knowingness. So when they say in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Sutre Manigana Eva, the Lord says the whole world is strung in me as the beads. So what are the beads? And what is the thread in which the beads are hanging? No, we'll look at it in a different way. The thread is also gold, the chain is also the gold, and the beads are also made up of the gold. The thread is the Lord, the pure consciousness. The beads are also pure consciousness. But the Lord is saying the whole world is strung in me as the beads. Is the world other than the Lord? Cannot be. Are the thoughts other than you? Cannot be. So what are the beads? Subjectively speaking, what are the beads? Every knower known knowing, then experiencer experienced experiencing, seer seen seeing. Every set of triad is a bead. Every thought is a bead. And where is it strung? It is strung in the pure consciousness. Because without you, the pure consciousness, can the thought appear? Can the thought appear? Cannot. Right now, as an individual, we feel the thought is separate. We know that the thought is separate and I am separate. But we are not able to maintain that separation. We get caught up. We get attached to the emotions, to the ideas, to the convictions, to the experiences, to the seer, seen, known, etc., etc. But when we understand it from this point, that because see, still the phenomena is the same, but how you interpret it, what is your take on it? So your take on it should be the same way the Lord looks at the whole thing. If He says the whole world is as a bead on me, in me, strung in me, then you also see it that all the waker, dreamer, and deep sleeper, with their respective worlds, are the three major beads strung in me. Or from morning till evening, all the thoughts that are coming are strung as beads in me only. Because without me, the thoughts cannot appear. Pure consciousness has two aspects, sentiency and knowingness. The joys and sorrows of life have their basis not on the sentiency, but on the knowingness. Therefore, at every moment, beautiful ornaments of knower-known knowledge are offered on the pure consciousness. In this way, the world is manifested. So now here, a little bit more analysis is done, that there is sentiency, there is life, and there is knowingness. Knowingness is in the mind. Wisdom is of the nature of the self, but knowingness is at the level of mind. That mind or that nature, that prakriti, that maya alone is manifesting as the triad. And that is being called as the ornament. And the mind is continuously thinking of the thoughts as an offering, as an oblation to the pure consciousness, to the absolute I. Think about it. For whom are all the thoughts coming in the mind? For someone else. For whom are the thoughts coming in the mind? Whether you want them or you don't want them, they keep coming. For whose sake? For the sake of the I, isn't it? So it is like, so when exactly this thought is there in our rituals. So you light the fire and you keep offering swaha, swa. Swa means I. Swa means I. Swaha, offering it to the pure consciousness, offering it to the Lord, who is not other than I. So there is one havan going on outside, a physical ritual where you take the ingredients and throw them into the fire of contemplation or the fire of the I. Another oblation, another havan, fire sacrifice is going on, where all the seen, heard, touched, tastes, they are being offered into the five senses. So these are the Havan Kund. These are the five senses are the five pots of fire where all the stimuli are continuously offering them are being offered as oblation. Whether you like it or not, they are being offered. Third offering is where all the thoughts are being offered as oblation to the I. All the emotions are also thoughts. Convictions are also thoughts. Ideas are also thoughts. So all thoughts, whether you like it or not, they are being offered as an oblation to the I. Think about this, you are gone. You are gone. You are not there anymore. And the knowledge will just sprout forth. And that knowledge is not that you will get excited or anything. You will continue to do what has to be done in life. But the wisdom will, because now your conviction, a thought-free conviction has changed. Something has shifted inside. Then once it has deep in the core, something has shifted, then when you are moving around in your daily life, that alone becomes your expression also, spontaneously. You don't have to try. How beautiful it is, the thought. Therefore, at every moment, beautiful ornaments of knower known knowledge are offered on the pure consciousness. In this way, the world is manifested. Thus far, Jnaneshwar Maharaj has explained that the Atma Tattva, the self, is one without a second, where even the reference of one is a blemish, in which the game of knower known knowledge is eternally going on. The only way to gain this state is to start looking at the world from the totality point of view, dropping the myopic vision of small petty problems and concerns of relative existence. In this way, by this adhyaropa apavad, superimposition and desuperimposition, starting from the conviction that the individual is real, the conclusion has been reached that the experience of knowledge is the reality, not you or I. It is pure knowledge where the duality of knower known is absent. This is one's essential nature. See how absolutely wonderful. See, as long as a wave is thinking of another wave, as long as an individual is thinking of another individual, there can be only strife. There will be only efforts. There will be competition, there will be comparison. The moment wave starts thinking about the totality, the ocean, the moment individuals start thinking about the God or the totality, immediately a seeker is born. When you are thinking about the world, seeker is not born. When you are thinking about the Lord, the seeker is born. This is the second vision. Third vision, when the ocean looks at the wave, when the Lord, you take the position, how the Lord must be looking at me. First you were looking at the Lord, when you start doing bhajan, kirtan, studies, etc., etc., etc. In meditation also we are seeking to become one with Him. So you're still here and you want to be with that. But the third vision is, you take the position of the divine, of the ocean, and look at the wave. Take the position of the totality and look at the individual or individual pieces that are there. The moment you take that position, the individual is sucked in. Just like you're sucked into the sleep. Sleep has no beginning or end. It is mass expanse of nothingness. But what do you experience there? Bliss, isn't it? You keep thinking of, how can you think of nothing? Yet you think of nothing. And you get sucked in. Same thing happens on the seat of meditation. If you take this position of the totality, looking at the individuality or looking at the world, consciously, not unconsciously, consciously you will get sucked into samadhi. That is samadhi. And the fourth position or the vision is of the water, which is no position at all. It is. It is one without a second. From water's point of view, there is nothing other than it. It is one without a second. So, these are the various stages. So, if we are still at the second stage where we are looking up all the time and we are frustrated after 30, 40, 50 years that why no shift is taking place, start taking the position of the totality. That's why we keep saying, don't study Bhagavad Gita from Arjuna's standpoint, study the Bhagavad Gita from Krishna's standpoint. Then it will click. So here also, Jnaneshwar Maharaj is not taking the individual standpoint here. He is continuously, in every OV, every chapter, he is pushing us to take the position of the absolute or the totality. Then alone you can understand the whole scheme that is being presented. And if it is clicking you sometimes and not clicking sometimes, clicking is taking place because for those moments you have taken, unknowingly you have taken that position. Then again you try to understand, oh, but what did I just understand? Gone. Again you are becoming individual. See? So in this way, our Jnaneshwar Maharaj has given us a most wonderful vision to look at the whole world so that we don't get caught up in anything and see the whole world and the whole experience as an expanse of our own essential nature. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah.